Just got on the river a few minutes ago, trying out my new to me Liquid Logic Haas that I bought used probably, I think last fall. I just didn't do any paddling over the winter, so just trying it out on the river, trying to get a feel for it. Well, I am headed to the YMCA in Greenville for my first ever rolling class through the Foothills Paddling Club, which I just joined earlier this week. And I'm nervous, but I guess that's normal. So I am taking the Liquid Logic Haas and crossing my fingers, and I guess we'll see how it goes. So beginner whitewater journey continues. So I decided to do a crazy thing last year for my birthday, which is to buy a whitewater kayak. I drove up to Brevard, North Carolina, bought it on my birthday, and brought it home, back down the mountain. I've been around whitewater most of my life, as my dad and my mom and my stepmom have all done whitewater kayaking. And I had a recreational kayak made by Dagger called the Dagger Zydeco 9, which I had taken down a lot of Class 1 and Class 2 whitewater, sort of pushing it to its limits, what it can do on our local rivers, with a splash deck. And finally, I decided I'd like to be able to do more serious whitewater, learn how to roll, and be able to go down any river that my dad would like to paddle. Especially the Chattooga River would be one of my major goals. So I decided to jump in and get a whitewater kayak. I tried to learn how to roll last summer while we were on vacation at a house that happened to have a pool. I had watched a few YouTube videos, so I figured, hey, I was ready as ever. But of course it didn't happen, and after watching my GoPro videos and the playback, I was able to realize a lot of mistakes I was making, which are very common mistakes people make when they're first starting to learn how to roll. And I never did practice anymore after last summer. And then winter came and went, and I kept thinking about it. And a lot of people had been telling me to sign up for a rolling class with the paddling club, where they instruct you how to roll in a controlled environment in a pool, which makes the most sense. So I finally signed up for a class just last week and went to my first rolling class at the YMCA in Greenville with the local paddling club. And I did not get to do a roll, but I did a lot of the workup and building up to doing a roll. And so this is the first story of hopefully many stories of my whitewater kayaking journey. And it's just me bringing together some of the initial footage of the past year of me getting my first whitewater kayak. As I mentioned before, I bought a used Dagger Mamba last year, and I also recently picked up a Liquid Logic Haas because I had read that it was beginner friendly and easy to roll. So between the two kayaks, I'm hoping that I can make it happen. And I will try to continue to document my journey and my struggles and my mistakes so that people can kind of share in the experience with me. And I probably am crazy trying to learn how to do this in my mid-40s, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always loved the water. I love paddling the rivers. And I think with continued instruction and practice, I will eventually grow my confidence and hopefully be able to paddle some of the really great, amazing, beautiful whitewater rivers that are here in the southeast U.S. And hopefully y'all can join in my experience and come along for the ride. Well, headed home after my first rolling class at the pool at the Y. I did not do a roll, but I did a lot of building up to all of the movements and technique involved in doing it. So they're definitely very methodical about it. And then right as I was starting to put a lot of it together with them sort of holding my paddle for me while I was upside down, I just, my core and my low back just kind of gave out on me. I was just exhausted by that point. And I had already practiced that maneuver probably not quite 10 times, maybe 7 or 8 times. So I shall be back in a couple weeks and try again. And they want me to actually bring my Dagger Mamba next time because they said that's just a great beginner boat. So I do fit better. That's one thing I noticed. My hips aren't snug enough in the Liquid Logic yet. I just haven't got it fitting me perfect yet, so that didn't help. But I think that all in all, they were very nice, and I met a couple people. It was really cool. I think what I'm most proud of is just that I actually went. Like, if you knew me and how much I'm scared trying new things and meeting groups of people and that kind of stuff, like, I really was nervous about going. And so I'm really proud of myself for just signing up and going and doing it. So that's the hardest part, right? Taking the first step. So we shall see, and to be continued.